Good morning, fellow staff. Today is April 2nd, and this last month has been one of the worst in the history of the world with this COVID-19 virus. There's good news and bad. First, the good news. And with us, that is not a single client, resident, or staff member of Spectrum has contracted the virus. Also good news is Minnesota is doing better than average in limiting the growth of the virus. Also good news is the state, federal, and local governments have been moving very quickly to provide the appropriate physical equipment, personal protective equipment to healthcare workers and trying to keep people and companies economically whole. My number one goal is to protect you, our valuable staff, from this virus and to keep you economically whole. Without saying, that goes for the safety of our residents and clients as well. Let me repeat that. My number one goal is to keep you physically healthy and economically safe. The bad news is how quickly this virus has spread, both from a clinical and an economic perspective. You've all seen the number of cases of infection and deaths around the world. The U.S. has grown dramatically in the last few weeks. The good news, on the other hand, is South Korea appears to have conquered the virus. They've stopped the growth. Merle sent me a picture of her granddaughter walking outside with no mask on and enjoying the fresh air once again. The virus, from an economic perspective, has wreaked havoc on the U.S. economy. We were at 2% unemployment on March 1st, and March 31st, just a couple days ago, we were at almost 35% unemployment. Over 6 million people have lost their jobs. The way this virus will stop is through everyone practicing the preventative measures that the CDC and other government experts have mentioned, and those are social distancing, washing your hands thoroughly, covering your cough, avoiding crowds. And by that they mean 10 people or less, probably even fewer than that. As healthcare workers, we need all the personal protective equipment we can get. Some good news here is that we've received a large supply of PPE yesterday: antiseptic, masks, gloves, gowns. This is an example of a face mask that we received that you can see has the ability to put on like this. We also have gotten creative, and I personally made a baseball cap with a transparency that you can put the hat on. I think you'll see a picture of that in here with the transparency. Ryan Anderson, Marilyn Hanson also got creative in taking these little transparencies, of which we now have 5,000 of these, and making a mask like this. Snug and protective. We have all of this equipment, and we can have it in each location as necessary within a matter of minutes or hours, and it's just for the asking. So we're working on coordinating that. We have a northern coordinator, Heather Kremers, and Sandy Peterson is occupying that role for the southern areas. As I talked about earlier, the governments have passed some relief bills providing grants relating to PPE and helping employers keep employees working, as well as compensating those that have lost their jobs and they still have bills to pay. Yesterday was April 1st, and that means mortgage and rent payments for many people. And I think the financial institutions, landlords, and others are helping in this regard. We have not had a single employee that's lost their job or had to make any cuts. For that, I'm very proud. Once again, to reiterate, my goal is to keep all of our staff, all of you, safe and economically healthy, and we've done that, and we will continue to do so. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your faithful service and vow to do everything we can to do our part to help stop the spread of this virus ASAP. Please be safe. Thank you.